I've been involved with the arts since I was a kid, and because of the North St. Louis Arts Council, which is a 501c3 not-for-profit organization, we put African American artists to work in African American communities doing what it is that they do. And so I'm here to find out what cultural shift is all about. I'm hoping that it's more diverse, inclusive, with all the new things that are happening around the country, the technology, the immigrants that are coming in. I would hope that immigrants of color get a chance to gain employment and spread their culture through St. Louis.
I came this year for two reasons. One, because this is my first USDAC event, and I'm old school. I was in the Alliance for Cultural Democracy that was a predecessor to USDAC. So I'm curious about that. And I'm coming because I'm pitching a workshop. So I'm going to be doing a 90-minute version of a workshop, of a 4-hour workshop that I'll be touring around the country next year.
I'm here because I always seek opportunities to be in a community of individuals who care about the things I care about, which is the arts and how the arts can be used as a tool to build community, to create change, to help give voice to people who feel like they don't have a voice. I'm especially interested in arts education, that's my realm, and the equitable access of arts education to all children, K through 12.
I am here today as a Black feminist performance artist, as an arts educator, and as a person deeply, 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 deeply concerned about the state of the nation as we find it now. I'm here too because I believe that the only thing standing with us in the apocalypse is the power of art and people-powered institutions to make things happen.
I'm hoping to meet new people, to have some wonderful experiences. Coming to RAC is like coming home for me. So I'm always excited to meet old friends and make some new ones.
I've spent the last 5 years working in participatory art in New York City. I'm also on the board of a foundation that supports a huge range of stuff, which is mostly why I'm here. Because that sort of answered all the questions. But I came here from Amarillo, Texas, my hometown, where we're trying to sort of birth some kind of more vibrant, lively, creative culture that can hopefully help address things like social justice and community building and things that are glaringly absent there. And when I leave here, I'm going back to New York City, where I hope to work in helping that community, my community there, continue to grow and be vibrant and fun and do a lot of the same things.
I think that a lot of times we think about activism and civic engagement in one or two-dimensional ways, meaning we think there's kind of a really finite way to be an activist and to impact change in your community or your workplace or your school or even in your own family. You know, like there's a lot we can do just within our circle of concern with our loved ones and people close to us. And I think I came here to not only just meet more people who are doing the work, but to really think more creatively about how to use the gifts that I have and how to use them effectively, but also how to be an activist in a way that's genuine to my sensibilities and my talents and how I feel I best impact other people.
I came to Culture Shift 2016 hopefully to listen a lot. I feel like I'm at a point in responding to the election, like so many other people, where I feel like I'm out of answers, out of explanations, out of things to say, and so I really am excited to hear from other people and to learn a lot by listening to what they have to say.
I am here at Culture Shift as a first-time attendee and a volunteer because I wanted to learn more about using art as an agent of change and more about arts and social justice.
I am here because the work of the U.S. Department of Arts and Culture is vitally important in reimagining the state of things in our country, especially fueled by artists and activists. and I am deeply honored to be part of that work. Out of this weekend, I hope to gain fuel and fresh ideas for how we bring art, activism, justice, and love back into our home communities.
So I am here to further connect with people at this national conference, to do some deep listening, to also increase my knowledge and networks and connections. And excited to be here, excited to learn and be able to share.
I'm here because I'm interested in dialoguing about culture, what that means to other people, what that means to our communities, what that means to our greater communities, and how we can authentically share our voice as culture.
I came to connect with other individuals across the country who are invested in and committed to doing this sort of work, and I'm really hoping to gain more tools to figure out how to engage artists equitably and on a local level, in a high-level way.
I want to be more involved with the community arts in St. Louis. And what I hope to gain is just a lot of friends and have a lot of fun and learn.
I'm here because I want to learn more about cultural policy, and they don't offer that as a specialization in my program, so I'm making my own specialization by coming to the conference. So very grateful to be able to come here and take a little break before finals.
I came here because this sounded like the best possible thing to spend my time doing. Meeting other people who have their offices everywhere and nowhere, and people who want to see something new happen with communities and arts and democracy.
I am here because I really want to learn how to connect archives more to the community. I think archives are really attached to academia, to researchers more than they are to community members, and I want to address an ethic of care within archival records to then translate to communities.
I came here to get inspired and be filled up with ideas and be reminded that we are not alone. We're far flung in the country, combating thoughts and ideas that are both within the Woodstock philosophy and maybe those beyond, and here we're going to get ratcheted up to remember how many of us are across the country doing cool stuff.
I am really excited to be here amongst fellow culture makers and practitioners and people on the ground doing the work. And I will tell you, I was really excited about coming 2 weeks ago, and then after last week, I am so excited to be here with all of you, thinking about what we do next and how we come together to shape our world and really challenge where we're at in society in America today. So I am thrilled to be here. I want to be listening. I want to be talking to all of you and really just making connections so that we can be in the room together and then go to the places where we're from and make things happen.
At this conference, I hope to learn more about how community engagement can affect communities. And as an artist, I'm really interested in how art can uplift communities, so I hope to see just what's happening across the nation in terms of upliftment, and also how policies can help to change that and help to improve that as well.
What I'm here for is a space that is really something I don't think I'm going to find anywhere else. Just a space that is serious and fun and witty and intense and a whole lot more that I probably can't even imagine yet all at the same time, and people that I didn't even know that I didn't know, and stuff that I had not even imagined yet. I'm here looking forward to having my brain expanded.
I came because I am a CAT Fellow 2005, and I am here to meet those who are from across the country. I believe that the arts can bring about social change, and this is what this conference is all about. And if there are any reasons for me being here other than just being a CAT Fellow and about just meeting people, it's just that I just love to be around the art scene. So
I heard about this Culture Shift conference through Martha Richards, who runs the Women Arts program, who supports women artists. And what happened was I was visiting with Martha, and she showed me the platform that Arlene Goldbard had written. It was an early draft of this group called the U.S. Department of Arts and Culture. And I was like, wow, it's so bold to just go ahead and claim a name in our government, which I loved. And then when I started reading Arlene's words, I was thinking, wow, this is incredible. The whole notion of like social imagination and equity and radical inclusion. It's like, oh, that's what democracy is supposed to be. So Martha said there's this convening in November, and I'm like, I want to be there. And I'm so glad to be here, especially after the election. When the election happened, you know, when our country convulsed into the unknown, it was like, yeah, shockwaves. And then I was like, oh, at least I get to go to St. Louis, where I've never been before, and gather with people who want to talk about democracy and want to brainstorm the social action, the justice, and the art intersections. So happy to be here.
I'm just so excited to be here with my creative arts family, and really excited about the chance for all of us to see change realized for our community. So really excited to see people ready to be able to get to a place where we all can have a space for all of us.
I'm a poet in residence of the U.S. Department of Arts and Culture, and I came here because I want to support all the artists and activists who are passionate about community change. I hope to find some great words. So if anybody has great words, please come and find me.
I came to gain more skills for the ground. As an artivist, as an activist, as an organizer, as a musician, as this, I guess the word for it is polymath these days that everyone's using. As a polymath, just finding those ways to allow the work that I do to meet those intersections and to be fully immersed in 100% in all of my art forms and all of my activism and all of my social justice fighting.
I'm excited to be here just to meet folks from all across the U.S. that work in community arts and just sort of re-engage and think about some deeper issues that day to day I really don't get to, consider very much anymore.
That means you shall love your neighbor as yourself. I came because I believe that we have to love our neighbor as ourselves. We have to practice compassion. We have to listen. We have to come together in community. I believe that culture is art. The community strengthens the individual, and the individual strengthens the community. I am seeking to expand my understanding and engagement with how art is centered in community to bring about change, to bring about bringing the world that we want to see, one that is inclusive and supportive and centers humanity first. I call myself the Chief Engagement Officer of my own independent consulting firm, Wren Consulting. I spent the last 6 years working in the most diverse square mile of the USA in Clarkston, Georgia. And from there, I learned how to center art and food and people's stories as a way to build understanding and to build community against all the odds. I am seeking ways to do that in a larger way in the world, and that's why I'm here. I'm here because these people, you people, are my people, and I want to connect to see how we can create synergies and opportunities and excitement to continue to doing the work of centering humanity, of centering our cultures, and sharing and rebuilding and re-envisioning, reimagining a new kind of way of being together.
I'm coming from Mississippi, and I'm really happy to be here. I am coming both to do the keynote, this plenary for this morning on radical love, practicing radical love, and also to serve as my term as the Minister of Creative Southern Strategies. I've been working with the USDAC since its very early days, and really happy to be here and see a culture shift expand. And also being from Mississippi, I have an affection for those towns north of our state on the Mississippi River that black folks migrated to in the early 1900s. So I'm really interested in learning more about this community.